The playoffs literally just started.
Tomorrow.
Yeah, they just start tomorrow. And the last game just ended 2 days ago. So, first matchup, Wild versus Jets. Why the Jets are playing hockey now, I don't know. I'm afraid for Josh McCown's safety. Pucks are a lot different than footballs, and he's thrown a lot of interceptions with footballs. Anyways, Wild versus Jets. That game, or that series, I'm not too interested in that series. The one that I'm most interested in, I think, is Kings Golden Knights. That's going to be a lot of fun to watch. Flyers versus Penguins.
It's a nice in-state battle
Yep.
there.
Yeah, I think
To
the Penguins
start
will
off.
take it, but it should be a bloody one.
The Lightning and the Devils.
I don't think the Devils have a chance in that matchup.
The Lightning, I think, are a serious contender. I don't think the Devils really are. They squeaked into playoffs, and I think they're going to be a first-round exit.
The Maple Leafs and the Bruins. I'm just excited to see what Mr. Hockey is going to do. The Blue Jackets and the Capitals. Again, that just seems like a boring matchup.
Capitals
should easily take that, yeah.
The Avalanche and the Predators. I think the Predators are going to...
The Avalanche are just happy to be here.
Yep.
I think the Predators are going to win it. That's my
Yes. Well, I don't know. You're saying they're going to take the cup?
You know what?
You're way
Bold
too early
prediction here. Predators don't lose a game. Win the cup.
Yeah, okay.
That is bold cotton.
Sharks,
I don't think it's going to pay off.
Sharks versus Ducks. I think this is another series I'm excited
I
for.
like that one too. I like the idea of in-state, not too far away rivalries, especially to kick off with Philly, Pittsburgh, and with San Jose, Anaheim. I like both of those matchups. I think I'm going to be thoroughly entertained by both of them.
Yeah, that should be a good matchup.
And I think the other thing with going back to your hate for the demons that are Pittsburgh, I think for the rest of the division, it's probably a good thing they're playing Philadelphia because, like you said, it's going to be physical, one way or another. Most likely,
someone going to die.
They're not going. Philly's not going to walk out of here with a win. But if they can force Pittsburgh to exude a lot of energy in the first round of games, that could cause problems for them later on if other teams have easier routes.
That's a good point. I am very excited, like I said, for the Sharks, Ducks, Avalanche, Predators, and the Kings, Golden Knights. Probably that
Kings, Golden Knights is interesting too because Vegas and Los Angeles aren't very far away.
No, you can drive to Vegas from Los Angeles faster than you can fly there.
Unless you have a private jet.
Unless you have a private jet, but none of us have private jets, do we?
No, but I'm sure there's plenty in LA. And, well, plenty in Vegas.
I actually am looking forward to...
you actually have a private jet?
To Jets Wild. I think that's going to be a good one. Jets, they're still relatively new scene again, a new team again. A ton of excitement in Winnipeg. They've already sold out their tickets and everything. And the Wild were like crazy hyped last year. A lot less hyped this year, but they didn't change a ton, in my opinion. And I think they're still a good team, and I think the Jets are a good team, and I'm going to root for them based on a name.
That just sounds so weird. I think the Jets are a good team.
I think the Jets will take it, but I think that's going to be a good series. I think that's going to go 6 or 7.
Okay.
It should be a good one, too. It's nice to see Winnipeg getting back into the playoffs again. I mean, they've got a history of teams for a long time, and them being back and in it, I'm sure, is huge for the city of Winnipeg. I mean, I don't know much that's going on in Winnipeg.
The Blue Bombers, man. Canadian football.
Dude, sure. I'm gonna have to take your word for that.
You're not into Canadian football? Come on.
No. I'm having a hard time, and I'm trying to do this get into European soccer.
Why?
It's actually a lot better because they don't suck at it like they do here.
But that's where all the prima donnas are, except for
But
the
it's a
German
lot
league.
more entertaining. Like, they score goals, and it's like 2-1 games. It goes down to the wire. Plus, I like the idea of a running clock. Like, don't waste my time with commercial timeouts. Just play through.
That is a big point. They don't waste your whole day for a game. When they say 90 minutes, it's really
It's 90 minutes of 5-minute halftime.
Yeah,
if you need to do something, you need to get food, get beer,
at most.
go to the bathroom. You do it in 5-minute halftime because we're running.
Yeah.
But they also have the extra time at the end.
The extra time for the end is when they have to stop for a second to give somebody a penalty or sub somebody in. That's the only time it makes up for. Or the people scoring goals in their elaborate celebrations.
That's where I get interested.
The other part that's interesting to me is
when they do the crazy backflips and stuff. That's cool.
So at the Paris Saint-Germain game against Atletico Marseille.
Oh my God, he knows teams' names.
Yeah. So this is what happened. They were forced by La Liga, which is the league that they play in. They are forced in their next game against this team that they have to shut down the north end of the stadium. And they're not allowed to have any fans in there. Plus, they had to pay something like a $250,000 fine because their fans for that game being a rivalry game. Or no, maybe it wasn't against them. It might have been against Madrid. Either way, it doesn't matter. It was a big game, and they have to shut it down because their fans decided to, in that entire section of the stadium, light off flares in the middle of the game. So the whole stadium, while the game was going on, looked like it was literally on fire. You think we're out of control with our sports?
No, soccer hooligans are
like
insane.
European soccer hooligans. Nothing like these lunatics.
And like hooligans are the extreme version. Regular soccer fans are just as crazy as their biggest fanatic.
They have to separate them in stadiums. I didn't know this. Like, they specifically have certain ends where they're like, okay, their hooligans sit there. He's like, but on the other end of the stadium, their hooligans sit there. And it's so that they don't have to enter and exit through the same places. Because people get into fights and, like, die at these things.
Not fights. Brawls. Massive, like, riotous brawls.
Yeah, they're out of control.
That's insane.
I know. The fans are actually more entertaining sometimes than the sports.
The only team that you need to follow in all of European soccer is Bayern Munich. Go Germany.
Bayern Munich, yeah.
Yeah.
They're the only ones good in the German league anyway.
It's not true. You got Dortmund.
Well, whatever.
Get out of here with your...
Bayern Munich is by far superior to all of them.
It's the best team in all of
Yeah,
soccer.
most of their team is made up of the German national team.
The best team in all of soccer.
Whatever.
Anyways.
Not rooting for the World Cup either. I took a quiz online. Which team should you root for in the World Cup?
What'd you get, like Brazil?
I guess Switzerland.
Switzerland!
So I'm all in for Switzerland. I don't know why. I mean, none of my teams are in there for my... First off, my dad's history is never making a soccer final. It's the Czech Republic. They're not winning that. Secondly, Netherlands didn't make it this year. I'm not going to root for England or Brazil. They can piss off.
Oh, Germany.
Yeah.
Root for the Germans. Come to
No,
the
I
dark
can't.
side.
That means I have to support Nate. And I can't do that.
Listen, but you can support me.
And not when Nate's involved.
Nate's a German fan?
Yeah. Are you kidding me? He falls asleep watching reruns of World War II in color. He's a German fan.
Oh, man.
I asked him the other day, I was like, do you listen to that in the background as you fall asleep? Do you want the real answer? I was like, well, I pretty much know it now that you said that.
Oh, God. What's Nate up to, by the way?
I don't know. Sucking somewhere.
Sucking somewhere.
No, he's back in college. So.
Oh, good.
He's working on becoming a coder.
Goodish for him.
Something that actually applies to life nowadays.
Yeah. Yep, goodish for him.
How did we get to soccer? I don't remember how this happened. Oh, yeah, you wanted me to follow something else stupid.
Oh, God, Canadian football.
Yeah, that's what it was.
I'm not gonna lie. I think I enjoy soccer more than baseball. So
Oh, God.
I'm actually watching baseball.
There's my blasphemy for America.
Listen, I hate soccer with an absolutely fiery passion.
Do you know that we're playing a baseball game in London next year? The Yankees-Red Sox series is going to be in London.
Interesting.
Like Russia, like people in England don't have enough boring sports as it is.
Cricket, like
cricket,
really
soccer.
Do they really think baseball is going to take over cricket? Like,
I feel like it really is in their wheelhouse. They like things that are kind of take forever and are boring.
London is also asking the NFL if they can get a team.
No. Easy question.
No, you're not. We're not going to send teams over to London 8 times a year. We're not going to send teams.
Jacksonville almost already does that.
Oh, here comes Ric Flair's ugly daughter. Oh.
I had to like.
Yeah, I know. Jacksonville wins there too.
Yeah.
They probably win more there. They've won more there than they have here.
Not this year. They were good.
Well, yeah. This year being the exception, I'm just saying throughout history.
When I had to like Canadian football, I didn't have a choice.
You like Canadian football?
Well, I didn't have a choice, so they set the Bills up there.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Well.
Bills almost got relegated to CFL.
Sure, they bring them right up there. Get them out of here.
All right. So we're way off track. NBA playoffs. We're just going to touch on them a little bit because we're almost done for the night. What'd you say? Rockets? No, front runner. So I saw something that I thought was crazy.
Philly.
No.
Yep, I'm Philly all the way.
Okay, good for you.
Philly.
Good for you.
Let's go Ben Simmons. I hope he drops a quadruple double on LeBron.
Philly's not a joke.
They are a joke.
It's either that or the Raptors.
Listen,
so basically, I'm for anybody that beats LeBron.
They were given a 7-year plan in 2012 that they would be a contender. It came true.
3 year ahead of schedule.
No, it's 2019. I guess.
I mean...
Well, they'll be a true contender, I think, next year. This year...
Well, yeah, you had Embiid
go
on limited minutes for most of this season, and then he gets hurt towards the end. You haven't had Markelle Fultz, and when he comes back, somehow he runs into Embiid and gets Embiid injured.
Crazy.
Well, that's typical. If you're writing a story about the Philadelphia 76ers, that's it. Take superstar. Injure him.
I am all on the Toronto bandwagon right now.
Toronto's for real.
Yeah, I like them.
I still think LeBron takes the East. But the playoffs are still real interesting because so few teams are locked. Like, everything's going down in, 2 games.
Well, yeah, I think everything will
East,
get decided. The East is done now.
The East is the teams are locked.
Yeah, there are 4 seeds that are still...
we don't know where the seeding is going to be.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
I thought you were going to say they were locked, and there's still not a lot. They haven't confirmed the 8 teams
in the West.
Because Minnesota and...
OKC won the other night.
Minnesota.
It's
Minnesota and some... Denver are battling it out for the final spot out there. Yeah. How about the Jazz? They're going to get rid of Gordon Hayward and make the playoffs, easily? Or did that happen? They got that rookie and then everything's good? And can we say how good the Celtics probably would have been if Isaiah Thomas had remained healthy and they had Gordon Hayward?
Yeah, that's true.
They were good this year anyway.
Yeah,
OKC's in... So, the only 2 things that we know in the West is...
The Rockets have the 1
and
seed.
the Warriors.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're 1 and 2. And then the following teams are in, but seeding is still anybody's guess because they're all within, a game of each other. So it's the Trailblazers, the Jazz, the Pelicans, the Spurs, OKC. And then... it's the Timberwolves and the Nuggets, and it's a win and you're in, which has not happened in the NBA since 1988. So that's pretty cool. Because that happens, a lot more in football, but that's, less frequent in sports where there's a lot more games each season.
Does anybody find it ironic that the Me Too movement and this whole, women empowerment movement seems to, forget that the WWE exists? It's the only venue where a bunch of grown men can get together and chant insulting things at women. We just accept it.
I don't know. We're gonna...
What is this smut that you put on television?
This is called WWE, World Wrestling Entertainment. It is sports entertainment.
That's a strong word.
Anyways, the point I wanted to bring up about basketball, the playoffs, the Spurs, 21 straight years. I saw something today that said the last time the Spurs didn't make the playoffs, Tim Duncan was in college.
Jesus.
Space Jam was released. Mm-hmm. The N64 was released. And Hypnotized by Biggie was the number 1 hit.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Right?
Is that this week in sports history?
No, it's not. No.
The other cool
because that seems like it should be.
I saw was I think LeBron has won his division like 10 years in a row, which is pretty impressive. No one's done that. I think,
LeBron actually might
ever.
finish the season playing all 82 games too.
Yeah,
Like I don't like to congratulate him, but that's